Well, Shiny Ray, I got some bad news for you. The expanded video is my most disliked video of the year so far. So, if you're expecting another expanded stream, well, guess what the most disliked video of the year so far is on my channel. So welcome in, everybody. Sunny, thanks for giving me your money. But yeah, I discovered a new issue in the deck editor that's really cool. So if you go to edit deck and then you try to take a Pokemon from the bottom shelf, sometimes it doesn't work. It's really cool. It's really cool where if you go to the bottom and then sometimes it won't work. Of course it'll work now, but sometimes it just won't work for some. Yeah, like see how there's this delay? I'm trying to move the Iron Valiant. But it's not. Notice how it's not working? I'm doing all the right things. Like the Iron Crown works fine. The Iron Valiant sometimes just doesn't work. So if you're editing your deck on the bottom screen, or if you're editing your deck on computer, sometimes the cards on the bottom, you can't just drag them away. So on the top row, it's fine. Notice, Lena, thanks for the sub. Notice how the top row is moving just fine. And then I try to do it with the Iron Valiant and it doesn't work. And then like now it just randomly works. So they broke something in the last update in the middle of December. They broke something with the deck editor because of course they did. Oh, God, this game is great, isn't it? They give us a new Badoo, and it's great. Okay, so yeah, we're just playing Iron Valiant all day. It's, there's a reason I saved it for January, right? There's a reason I didn't, be like, oh my God, we got Wonders Patch. This deck is cracked. You can do 280 with Gardevoir, with, evil electronic Gardevoir. You can do 280, which is cool. But we don't have Switch Card anymore. Back when we had Switch Card, this card was goated, but now we have, Jet Energy and Future Booster and Switch, but you'll never guess, but this is another one of those decks where Trust Your Pilot, despite playing 11 supporters, will never have supporters. So get strapped in, wear your strap on, because it's about to get crazy. But, we should be able to get a YouTube video out of this, right? We should be able to maybe get close to Master League. We should be able to get to something. We should be able to get somewhere. And Leah, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, is it more Guardy or is it more delayed? Well, it looks like it's Guardy, right? Do I want to go first? I think no, just because this seems bad. Seems real bad. No, For the Win played it with Mega Lopunny, right? You ain't going to be seeing no Mega Lopunny today. And what did I say? What did I tell you? What exactly did I just tell you? What did Trust Your Pilot tell you 2 seconds ago? Despite having 11 supporters, I will not find a single one. This is crazy. All right, so we're obviously facing Alakazam. This is an auto win if we get a playable starting hand. But yeah, I think I'll revisit a couple of the Megas again. I'll probably do Mega Lopunny, and I'll just be like, hey, what if I put Mega Lopunny in everything? So I'll put Mega Lopunny in Golden Go. Like, I'll put like a 1-1 or a 2-2. Because the first time I played Mega Lopunny, it was, Mega Lopunny was the focus. Now it's going to be different. They don't realize that Twin Shodels goes through Shaman. It's a real shaman that they don't know that. All right, let me get the YouTuber voice ready. Well, you don't know this YouTube audience, but I was just telling the stream, hey, even though I put 11 supporters in the deck just never draws supporters for no good, godly, good, diddly reason. All right, so I think, oh my, and we prized both Miraidon. Are you kidding me? I'm just, that's the only way that, how does this game do this to me? Can I even, okay, wait, I have 2 Switch cards. I prize both. We could have easily won this game if I have 1 Miraidon. I don't even understand. If I just have 1 Miraidon, we win because we knock out the Abra, we accelerate the energy to Iron Crown, we Twin Shodels, which is unaffected by Shaman, and it's unaffected by Battle Cage, but that wouldn't be affected by Battle Cage in the first place. TCG Live is a great game, isn't it? I put 11 supporters in the deck. Don't see a single one. I put 2 Miraidon in the deck because you can't play one because PTCGL will screw you over. They're going to have 11 cards in their hand, and they're going to take a knockout, and I'm going to lose because we prized everything we needed. That's insane. That is such an insane turn of events that they just go Lilies, Rare Candy, Alakazam to Dunsparce, KO the Crown, when literally they would have lost the game if I just got a supporter or didn't prize a Miraidon. This game is great. I'm just gonna, we know we're losing this one. Wait, have they, I can't see their hand. Have they overextended themselves? I can't, okay, they have 11. Okay, so if they play one more card, they lose, but if they don't play another card, they're fine. Okay, never mind. They got the Kadabra. Okay, so we'll just give up because we prized all of the cards we need to win, and all of the cards that we need to play the game are also not available. So that's a quick 0-1. I'm glad we got that out of the way, because now it's just smooth sailing like my feet. It's just smooth sailing from here, right? Yeah, pretty much, Leah. Yeah, we should just end the stream didn't start. That was a glitch. There was a weird glitch going on. And Shiny Ray, yeah, be my favorite format if there was friend battles and if there was ranked, but there isn't. And to address the fact that it's my only video of the year, yes, I understand, but it actually has more dislikes than any of my last, like, 10 videos. And then just to rub it in, we also don't have a supporter, or we also don't have an energy despite playing 12 energy, which is even more hilarious. Can I get an energy? No. So I guess I need to, oh, we're going first. Okay. Oh my god, this game is amazing. This is my favorite game ever made. Oh my god, we prized an Iron Valiant, 2 Iron Crown. This is insane. Okay, so we have to try to play the game here, and I don't know if I can. Okay, so if we go Mystery Garden, they bump it, that's fine. Because I essentially have to play Mew. Let's go end turn, because this deck needs energy. I guess I have to put Earthen Vessel in the deck if there isn't an Earthen Vessel. I think I have an Earthen Vessel. It's probably prized. But YouTube audience, if this makes it in, hopefully it does, that first loss, you might be wondering, oh, the Trust Your Pilot must have played a hard-fought game. It came down to the wire. Oh, it's Golden Joe. I thought this was Lucario. Okay, we have a little bit more time than I thought, which is good, because we can win this one. But you probably thought, oh, it was a hard-fought game, Trust Your Pilot. You know, his feet were sweating. You had to lick them dry halfway through to make sure, and then it was just a hard-fought loss. Came down to one card, and they got it. No. I was facing off against Alakazam, which is essentially an auto win for this deck, as long as you don't prize either of your Miraidon. So as long as you don't prize both Miraidon, easy win. And as long as you get a supporter, easier win. I prized both Miraidon and didn't see a single of my 11 supporters. Oh, man. This game is great, isn't it? Okay, so the fact that they have the Solrock is a little not good for us. The fact that they're wasting a Superior is good for us, though the fact that we're weak to metal is bad for us. So it's a mixture of good and bad. We desperately need a supporter, or we desperately need an energy, of which the deck has 12. Well, looks like we're using research. Okay, so I haven't been able to check the deck. I should have checked the deck when I did the thing, but that's okay. So I guess I can switch into the Mew. Yeah, we just kind of have to do it. I know I have Rescue Stretchers, but we did prize a bunch of things. So I think maybe we'll save that for later. So we'll just go get, oh my goodness, we probably wouldn't have had it. All right, well, let's see. Did we have an Earthen Vessel? Is Trust Your Pilot smart? Trust Your Pilot's a freaking genius, and you should subscribe to him, and you should lick his toes. All right, so I think we use this Mirage. No, we got to just go for the... No, I think I have to go with this one. I think I have to go with this one simply because I'm an idiot, and that's what we have to do. All right, so let's go retreat into this guy. And then boom, and then we go... Actually, I could use Prime Catcher and then knock that out later, but that'll be fine. Okay, so we do 40 to this guy. That's okay. It's very bad, but it's okay. And then 1-2 to a Valiant. If things are going right with this deck, you're supposed to have a Future Booster on somebody, preferably Miraidon if you want to take a knockout of somebody weak. You have a couple Iron Crown. So then Peak Acceleration, you know, if you haven't played the game in a couple years and you haven't remembered what this deck does, 40 base damage is very low, but with 2 Iron Crown and a Future Booster, that's 100 damage. Unfortunately, Trust Your Pilot decided to be funny if he prized 2 of the Iron Crown and had to research and decided, oh, let's keep an Ursaluna on the field because the way this is going, we're not going to get our Night Stretchers when we need them. So we'll be fine. All right, and this deck is very low on Gust cards. That's what I noticed because I looked at Japanese lists. You know, I built a couple of my own lists. What I definitely noticed is that it's very, very low on Gust. Prime Catcher is a guarantee in every single one because, you know, it's a switch and a Gust card, and that's kind of what the deck wants. Oh, man. Okay. But this is why I wanted to attack with the fresh Miraidon, is because they can't knock out a fresh Miraidon with their Solrock. They have to take a knockout with Golden Go. And to make matters even better, if they want to knock out my Miraidon with Golden Go, they have to get rid of 3 energy or just, you know, find their Vitality Band that they probably have. What? What's the sad face? Yeah, that's what I thought, bro. Why do they keep using Superiors when they got nothing going on? All right, well, I think this is a situation where Trust Your Pilot plays with his balls. Press 1 if you want to see Trust Your Pilot play with his balls. Okay, so let's go. Let's do that, and then... I mean, if they take the... I think it's okay if they take the prize, because I can knock out the Solrock with Iron Valiant Pangs if I... Even if I don't even know if I want to do that. Right? I don't even know if I want to bother doing that. But I think what they're doing is they're trying to, you know, juice up their hand, like they're an SQC viewer. They're trying to be a juicer and get their hand to a point where they can just go boss a Valiant, and then boss whoever and just win the game very easily. So I am playing a bit of a risky game, but I couldn't have knocked out the Golden Go this turn. I could have Prime Catcher, done 200, you know, put it very close to getting knocked out. But I took the risk that, you know, they don't quite have it because they still have to use 3 energy no matter what. No matter what, they need 3 energy and they're down 2 superiors. And I got the Prime Catcher just sitting in my hand. And they better not freaking concede. I'm going to win this game. You better not freaking concede, Isaac. You know, how dare you spell your name with only 1 A and a K? Everyone knows Isaac has 2 A's and a C in it. And Leah, yeah, I would have done that, but then they would have had another one, and then I would have, you know, not had a backup attack. So yes, I know what I was saying, but I would have had to waste the switch. You know, it was a risk, right? I was assuming that they just weren't going to be able to do it like that, but it seems like they're going to be able to do it like that. Yeah, I didn't want to waste the Prime Catcher and the switch. I wanted to get more energy on the field. But then, of course, they'll just draw into everything they need and we'll lose. Because that's what happens. And Mystery Garden, you know, it's good when you don't have to put the Ursaluna... And yeah, of course they got it. Of course. Oh, wait, they're going for the Mew. They don't believe in my Iron Valiant, do they? Okay. So then... Huh. That changes things a little bit. That definitely changes things. So... I think what I do is we attach to this guy. I go Prime Catcher this one. And yeah, we do that. All right, so I'm going to potentially try and set up a de-evolution turn. I think that's probably what I should end up doing, is just set up like a good de-evolution turn. Yeah, we do that, and then I research. We got a bundle and a booster. Okay, so that goes there. That boosts the damage. We know they're not going to play Iono, so I'm going to save my Iono. We're going to go... Oh, this could get a little tricky here. But if I can just set up like a de-evolution play, we'll be okay. Because they're going to take the knockout. That's fine. You know, I have jet energies. It's just now I'm kind of wishing I'd let them knock out the Miraidon, because then, you know, they'd be on odd prizes and it wouldn't really matter. But if they get a little bit greedy, right? If they don't put down another gimme duel, then we essentially win the game. And that's kind of what I'm banking on right now. And even if they don't, we have the Iono just to send them down to 2 cards. So what I can definitely do next turn is knock out... Well, actually, not definitely. We might not be able to do that. So maybe I should have future boosted. Yeah, now that I think about it, I should have future boosted the active Iron Valiant. So then I could have just switched into the other Iron Valiant, knocked out their active Gold and Go, and then taken, you know, potentially another knockout, because we would have had the Iron Bundle. You know, they probably would have promoted the Lunatone if I fail to get the KO. There's an Arven. Okay, we're tied on, or we're not doing very good on prizes, so that's fine. But they have been very strange with their usage of superior energy retrieval. All right, as long as they don't have a gimme duel, I'm pretty sure that wins us the game, as long as I can find my freaking de-evolution. Because if we don't do that, then it's just hoping they don't have bosses. Because they used Arven this turn. They probably think they're in a good position. Oh my god! Chill with... Wait, is that's only their third, right? That's the one that got with the Arven? I thought they were playing their fourth. No, that's just their third. They still have another one. But do they... It's like they don't realize that Iron Valiant's weak to metal. And did they, like, prize 2 gimme duel or something? Because that's... You'd think you'd put another gimme duel into play, right? Like, remember, I was screwed over by prizes immensely this game. Prizing 2 Iron Crown is, like, the difference, because 2 Iron Crown is 40 damage, and that active Golden Go would be knocked out right now, and the Solrock would also be knocked out right now. I also didn't find a future booster. So... like, maybe they're being so flippant with their energy because they know it doesn't matter. And Clan Burglar, I stream on Saturdays now. I don't stream on Fridays. I stream on Saturdays now. And the damage counter is misaligned because PDCGL is a well-made game. All right. So you go there. And now what do we do? Oh, perfect timing, Wondrous Patch. Perfect freaking timing. Okay, so we go Wondrous Patch there. And yeah, I'm regretting the future booster play. And also, didn't we prize an Iron Valiant? So I think what we do is we put this guy into play. We go future booster there. I will... I mean, what's the energy situation? We have 2 in there. How many Wondrous Patch? We got 2 Wondrous Patch. Okay, so I think here we go Iron Bundle and see what they do. Because this will determine several things depending on what they do. Because it's possible they just go into Solrock. It's possible they go into Genesect. Oh, there we go. They went into Genesect. All right, perfect. So we're leaving ourselves wide open for like every single play now. Oh, right, I can get rid of the jet energy to activate Mystery Garden to draw 1 card. All right, so we don't knock out the... There's the de-evolution, baby. We got it. We absolutely freaking got it, baby. So then I think just so there's no tomfoolery, we go we go de-evolution on the Miraidon. We go retreat into the Miraidon. Let's see what we got here with if we want to... Yeah, let's not play with our balls. Let's play with our wristband. We had no balls to play with anyway, and that's a lot of Techno Radars for a deck that doesn't have any Techno Radars in it. All right, so de-evolution. All right, yes, I win. I'm good at this game. I know. I'm great at this game. You're in awe of Trust Your Pilot and how good he is. You're just like, oh my god, how can someone be this good at the game even after prizing everything he needs to win? What the hell? How did we prized two Iron Crown and an Iron Valiant? How did we not get anything? So as long as they don't have a gimme duel, we're fine. But the funny thing is, even if they have a gimme duel, we can knock both of them out. Potentially, because I can go... yeah, we can just completely win the game this turn by knocking out their 2 gimme duel. So if they put 1 gimme duel down, guarantee. If they put a 2nd gimme duel down, we might be in trouble. But the fact that Iron Crown... So what you have to remember about Iron Crown is that it doesn't boost itself. So it can't play with itself and produce anything. Okay, there's... I mean, you do realize I can attack with Ursa Luna, right? You do realize I can just attack with Ursa Luna. So, yeah, I guess we just attack with Ursa Luna and take the prizes, because that's funny. But the Twin Shodels, it's only 50-2. It does get boosted by Future Booster, though. So that's a very important thing, is that it does 70 if you want to target their active. Oh my god, we also prized the Clefairy. So it does 70 to their active if you have a Future Booster, then 50 to a bench Pokemon. The main thing is that it is not blocked by Shaman. So this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on those Pokemon. That is the most important thing, is that it's not affected by any effects. And yeah, I mean, unless they had an Ursa Luna or something, we were going to be fine. But I don't think it really mattered that they burned all their superiors that game, because, you know, they were playing against Trust Your Pilot, who never prizes the cards that he needs. But I think I was in control most of that game. They only needed 3 energy to knock out a Valiant anyway. And even when things went wrong, I still whipped the grippers out and stuck them in their mouth, and they said, oh, I forgot to take my turn. I guess I lose. So that game would have been a lot easier if I hadn't prized the majority of my Iron Crown, and it also would have been a lot easier if I hadn't had to dig for an energy, even though there's 12 in the deck. Fail Beam. Sounds like PDCGL. I don't know. Like on the Balance Beam. Fail Beam. All right, I don't know where I was going with that one. Yeah, Leah, you never give up. Just when you think you can't fit any more toes in your mouth, there's always room for one more, right? Press 1 if you agree. You never give up. You never surrender. And why is... See, this is the starting hand we want. It sucks, but I'll take it. You know, that sounds like my ex-wife. Oh, never mind. That's a mean thing to say. Yeah, Clown Burglar. The new stream schedule is I stream on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I might go to like 3 streams a week, like in the last 2 weeks of this month, because, oh my god, there's nothing left to do. Oh my god, this format is terrible. I tried testing Scrafty. It's so bad. That'll probably be Monday's or Tuesday's stream, though, just to get it over with. So this should be another win. No, I'm not. I have decided I'm not doing the EX challenge. I will do a lot of pre-rotation decks, but there's nothing special about EXs. If there was an EX power, yes, of course I would. But the reason I did the, you know, the VMAX challenge is because they were 3 prizers. I did the V-Star challenge because there was a V-Star power. Like, that's it. So I think this is like the perfect start that this deck could ever ask for. Except for the fact that we don't really have any playable cards. All right, so let's get these guys. And yeah, this is like literally almost perfect. And we definitely want to bundle because I want to get the bench space. Sorry, I want the bench space. I guess we go Techno Radar and I get double Valiant. And then I'm banking on the fact that there's a Mew in the deck. Probably should have checked that. Okay, good. I was like, I'm banking on the fact that there's a Mew so we can actually draw cards. And then we go Wondrous Patch. I think we Wondrous Patch there, and then I can't take a risk with the Jet Energy. Hey, that's goated. Wait, why did I attach to the active? That was dumb. But it does allow me to freely retreat and then, reboost itself. I probably should have put it on a Valiant, but we're just so far ahead right now that it doesn't really matter. And I think what I do is I knock out Mewtwo with laser blades and I ping the tarantulas and stuff. And Vertrum's, what a weird good first turn. That's what the deck is supposed to do, right? Even though I didn't play a supporter, that is kind of what the deck's supposed to do because you play four Nest Ball, four Techno Radar, you play 11 supporters. You're supposed to have a good first turn. BDCGL just hates my face. That's what's supposed to happen. If you were playing this in a tournament, that is what would happen. All right, they got Ariana Grande. They're having an insane turn here, which is bad for us. And now I'm regretting everything. And now I'm regretting not putting the energy on the Iron Crown because that's just free prizes. So I know we're surviving this turn. So I think all I do is, oh, son of a butt. Like I don't want to put. Oh, this is so awkward. This is super duper awkward because. Yeah, I guess I want this to be like not that. That is this is such an awkward hand because I can't do anything. I mean, I guess technically I can Jet Energy the Mew and erase my balls. Like save that for an Erasure Ball. I think we actually do that. I think we be smart. We be a real fart smella. And we prep that for knocking out a Mewtwo later. Because I obviously have a lot of energy in play. And I'm going to have a lot of energy in play later. All right, so 1, 2. So we'll put them on an Iron Crown. Because remember, Twin Shodels, 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. If I, expected them to, bench all these little tiny tarantulas, I would have been fine. Yeah, you can't trust BDCGL. Not when you've watched me play this game for nearly 4 years. And Incineroaring, oh, there will absolutely be a Mega EX challenge when they rotate in 3 years or whatever. But I can't convince myself to do an EX challenge when things like Squawkabilly EX doing 20 damage exist. Sprigatito EX, yeah, sure, that could be the next meme deck that I do. Yeah, 4 powerful colorless energy. You're doing a whopping 100 damage. So, like, I could... Oh. Vertrum's, no. Articuno doesn't stop anything, because remember, Twin Shodels, it's not affected by any effects. So it goes through every single effect. So Shaman, I don't think Articuno blocks it, because that's, like, effects or whatever it is or whatever. But Twin Shodels goes through everything, so it's just free prizes. And I guess they're going to energy switch and evolve. But that's fine because my Miraidon's 3-shotting this Mewtwo. And you can't feel bad for a Mewtwo player essentially bricking when they've gone Ariana Factory on back-to-back turns. Right? I do not feel bad for someone who is just getting everything they need to win and is not winning. All right, well then I guess in this situation, I do go for it, right? I go Retreat Valiant. We Valiant the Mewtwo. I Jet Energy the Iron Crown, because if they were going to TM Evolution, then yes, I use Miraidon to knock out the Mewtwo, but since they didn't do that, we're going to get our first supporter of the game, right? I guess it should be the I&O. Not because I want to affect their hand, but because I&O becomes much worse after this turn because I'm taking, 2 prizes. I mean, we're probably giving them exactly what they need, but that's okay. All right, well, let's go. We don't need the Shodels. We do want to knock out the dudes. All right, so let's go Future Booster on there. I'll explain my reasoning for that in a second. And then we go Twin Shodels, knock out dude. And most likely they have a Giovanni or a Transceiver to get a Giovanni. But we are currently ahead. I'd much rather be a foot. And Vertrum's, hey, I might be so down bad. Okay, we don't have any Terras in play, right? I might be so down bad before Ascended Heroes that I end up playing it. Though, to be fair, Wondrous Patch did not help out Team Rocket's Mewtwo nearly as much as I thought. Like, I didn't think it was going to help out that much, but it didn't help out at all. But the reason I put the Future Booster on that Iron Valiant, okay, well, I guess that's fine. Because I can still Shodels the Mewtwo and then put 50 on one of the Spidops or something. But yeah, so sorry, the Future Booster, I put that there because then you promote this one, you promote the Naked one with the Future Booster. That allows me to freely retreat into the one that's powered up. So obviously they got the Giovanni and that screwed everything up. But you put it on the Naked one, so then when they take a knockout, you promote the Naked one, and then that gives you a free retreat into the one that's powered up. So you don't necessarily want to put the Future Booster on the one that's attacking, even though the Future Booster boosts the damage. It's more about the free retreat. It can get very confusing with math here. And they just want to whack off, or they believe, or they bought the, they could have received it for Christmas, right? Remember, for Christmas, people could have received the Team Rocket's Mewtwo lead battle deck, which is horrible value, by the way. Do not buy it for credit farming. It's literally the worst one I think I did in a... You son of a gun. Well, I think the joke's on them because I can get... Oh, God, do I have to waste a... No, we'll be fine. Okay, so we go Miraidon. D's nuts. We go Miraidon. I Jet Energy the Valiant, because then that puts that in the active. We put the damage on this Mewtwo, Tachyon Butts, and then Future Booster. Actually, I guess I Night Stretcher for the Valiant. That's a good one, Clam Burglar. And yeah, I mean, since I have the switch cards, I may as well use them now. Then we go... do I hit the active or do I hit the... Oh, no, right, because they need to have a bunch of Pokemon on the field. That's right. They need to have a ton of Pokemon on the field if they want to even attack with Mewtwo. So by knocking out both of these guys, we've kind of screwed them over. But obviously they can still win if I'm not careful here. So we do have to be a little careful because, we could still lose. But we're taking away their ability to do things. The stupid freaking Bravery Charm is not good. Wait, did we prize like 3 Jet Energy this game? Hang on, we prized at least 2. Did we prize 3? And so yeah, you have to have 4 or more Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. I've knocked out 4 of them. Yeah, we prized at least 2. And then, yeah, I figured they were going to get Archer. I can potentially, use I&O. The fact that we haven't been able to use Mystery Garden is crazy. So I was kind of expecting an Archer, but we have the Mew. As long as we can get a Mystery Garden or something, we'll be fine. Worst case scenario, I just go with Miraidon and hope for the best. Because I don't believe my Mew can take the knockout anymore. No, so we got the I&O. I was going to say, I don't think we can do it, but then we got the I&O. So they're going to go down to 2. The question is, do I prime catcher? Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, no, we just... Hang on, what does this guy do? No, we can't copy that. Okay, so we go Miraidon down. There's no Pheasantipity on the list. Let's see if Pilot screws this up. Oh, never mind, we win. All right, well, just in case. Oh, no, wait, we don't win because they've only taken a couple prizes. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we should probably check the deck to see if there's a prime catcher. I'm not sure that actually matters, though. So there is a prime catcher. There's a mystery garden. I mean, we have Lily's Clefairy. So we have prime catcher, but I don't have the energy I need to win. So that's not going to help. But I can potentially... Yeah, I think I'm just in a situation where I have to go Iron Valiant down, Iono, and then just kind of hope they don't got it like that. And Incineroaring, that's boring. That's boring. And you also notice that I couldn't get it up in time. You'll also notice that PTC Joe started yelling at me and I got scared. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got scared. I got very scared because the timer, that's the problem is you don't get enough time to think in this game. Unless you're a Gardevoir player, then PTCGL says, hey, why don't you just take, 12 hours and you'll be fine. But, like, they can't use Giovanni right now. Even if they have Giovanni in their hand, they don't have a way to retreat anybody. So Giovanni is actually not a game-winning card for them, which is kind of crazy. They're like, hey, imagine back in the day when you got Guzma for game. Yeah, Guzma for game doesn't actually help them in the situation. They could play the Team Rocket's Factory and get what they need. But if they go for Giovanni, that's not GG. Because are they still short in energy? Yeah, so yeah, I think you're right. Pena, can't you prime catcher? So that would have been... Yeah, I would have done 100. I actually would have been 10 short, I think, right? Because if I'd put an Iron Crown down... Crazy turn. If I put Iron Crown down, that would have been 100 damage, plus a Pain from Valiant is 120. So it's kind of a moo point. Though I don't know if I can win here. I'm a little concerned. I don't know if I can win right now. I'm going to research just to see what happens. But this could go sideways real quick here. Like, I can win with a de-evolution play if I get enough switch cards. So if I get enough switch cards, I can Iron Valiant 3 times to a Spidops, or I can just go Prime Catcher and, hopefully get the Ursaluna or something. So yes, I probably made a mistake somewhere along the line with math, but you have to remember, this is not real life. I don't get an unlimited amount of time to think. PTCGL starts yelling at me a lot faster than you'd think. All right, so we put the de-evolution on the Mew. Seriously? Seriously? Oh, God. Okay, so we go Wondrous Patch on the Valiant. I think I have it. Because we're doing 240. Yeah, so if I just retreat, we have it, right? Yeah, just in case. Just in case, we're going to make sure here. Good. Okay, so for sure we got it. But just in case, just in case Pilot's math skills are not as good as he thinks they are, we're going to 260. I love how PTCGL will blank it out and be like, oh crap, did I screw up the math? But there we go. So sometimes you gotta take a chancey, and I just love the fact that sometimes Giovanni is not actually a good card. What the hell were my prizes? So this is going to be in the YouTube video. Someone please comment down below what my prizes were, because I think that was like a Wondrous Patch, 2 or 3 Jet Energy, and some really good stuff, but it doesn't matter because I'm the GOAT of Iron Valiant. And also comment down below, is Iron Valiant a Gallade or a Gardevoir? Press 1 with your toes for Gallade, press 2 with your other toes for Gardevoir. No, that doesn't get me comments on a video. You got to masterfully bait the people into commenting on your video. All right, we're facing off against Kevin McAllister. Yeah, so back to the expanded video. It has more dislikes in the first 24 hours than any of like my last 10 videos. And I think that's people's way of saying they don't want to watch me play expanded. So Shiny Ray, you're definitely in the minority of people who want to watch me play expanded on PTCGL, even though it's like my first expanded video in a couple years. People just really, oh, good God, what the hell is this hand? Well, good news is we don't have to find out until next. Oh, good God. All right, well, let's just keep doing that, I guess. And Baymax Booty, again, you're in the minority. The GOAT starting hand. Oh my goodness, that Arven top deck. That was almost a disaster. Emphasis on the Aster. All right, so I can knock out the Toxel, potentially. So if I go for Techno Rate, actually we get Future Booster. The thing is, do I leverage a switch here? I think I leverage a switch just to be able to do fun things. So we go get Miraidon, these nuts. I get Iron Crown. There's no sense doing anything else. And then... Okay. So that's a Future Booster. I think for sure we go after the Toxel. In this situation, I think you just go after the Toxel. But unfortunately, I just misclicked and attached to the Iron Valiant. Whoopsie. That's a misclick right there. That was an oopsie. That was my bad. You know, they're probably very confused right now, but see, that's the problem is before I start stream, I lube up and I lotion up my feet. So sometimes there's a little bit of slippage. You know, that's what I told my ex-wife when there was that accident with her stepsister. Sometimes things just sort of slip in. Yeah, Kingdom, exactly. Never let them know your next move. Always keep them guessing. But oddly, they don't have a Pecharunt in play. They wasted their attachment on a Monkey Dory. And they probably think Iron Valiant's weak to Dark. Which it tain't. Well, I don't think Lily's Clefairy should see play, but it could knock out a Fez. I don't know. I don't think Lily's Clefairy should see play. Right, that just seems like a bad idea. Well, there's a Valiant. We definitely don't need more Valiant than that in play. So yeah, let's go Peak Acceleration. Take a knockout. Probably just load up this one and then... I mean, it really depends what they end up doing with that Monkey Dory. You know, I'm going to put the energy on the Iron Crown. Because if they only have the one Monkey Dory, and they can't really put another Monkey Dory in play when they don't have an energy accelerator. And I don't think they're going to have Janine's Secret Fart if they have Grimsley. And then I'll just start pinging the Toxel, even though we're very low on switch cards. We're down 3 switch cards, but we have a bunch of Jet Energies. They clearly think that I'm not playing switch cards here, but that is literally the worst one they could have brought up for me. All right, well, let's go Techno Radar. Get rid of that guy. Go for, yep, double Iron Crown. Of course we prize an Iron Crown. Why wouldn't we prize an Iron Crown? All right, then let's go Iron Bundle. Because this way, if they give me the Fez, if they think, oh, Pilot's not going to do anything, Pilot's going to attack with the Miraidon, or not be able to do anything whatsoever, be like, well, I got some news for you, bro. Things are about to go real rough for you. All right, so this sucks. I don't really want to put a Jet Energy on the Iron Valiant, but I also don't want to put a Jet Energy on the Miraidon. And I also don't want to Ino them and give them like a 9-card hand next turn. So I guess this is just what I do. And that feels real bad. Yep. Cool. Cool. Okay. And there's a Night Stretcher, of course. Future Pilot, damn straight. Yeah, I don't really, there was nothing good to do that turn. Like, I didn't want to Ino because I want to Ino them, you know, like now. I want to Ino them now because I didn't want to take them from a 4 to a 6, and then they'd have 6 plus top deck plus 3. They'd have a 10-card hand. I didn't want to give them a 10-card hand. That seemed bad. But now we're just down all of the switch cards, and that's also really bad. But we'll be fine. Oh, there's a Gengar. Well, the evolution is going to be very, very important now. There's a Toxtricity. The thing is, if they're not careful and they just try to clutch, I don't think they know that Miraidon goes through Gengar's ability, but it seems like they're going to use Gengar to do the thing here. They're going to Adrenabrain. Okay, so I think this means they're going to try to clutch. And again, they don't seem to realize that my deck is just switch cards. My deck is just switch cards. But yeah, so the stream schedule for this month is going to be a little bit wonky. Like, I've just sort of resigned myself to the fact that I just got to play bad decks. Even if they're bad, I got to try. We'll see what happens. If it goes well, it goes well. If it goes bad, it goes bad. Whatever. You know, I'll play some things, and see, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so we go into this guy. I was going to say, I think we go Night Stretcher for the Miraidon, but not if that happens. And, oh yeah, I'll talk about what For the Win is doing in a second. Of course. Why wouldn't that be the thing that happens there? So we have a Mew, but that's weak to Dark. I think we put the Ursaluna down. And I'm really regretting not having more Gust cards in the deck. All right, well, let's go. I can just use Laser Blade. Yeah, and they can't attack, right? So they can't attack, so I can just use Laser Blade and we'll be okay. They got to get a whole bunch of things. So yes, what For the Win is doing is building, you know, I built the Ultimate Blastoise deck. I built the Ultimate Cinderace deck. I think when I first started YouTube, I did something similar, or I was going to do something similar, or like I tried something similar, like one video and it tanked. So yeah, like I was trying to do something like that, but the views just weren't there. And of course they take the knockout because that's fun. So I think I tried something like that. Like I wanted to do like, what if, oh, I made a video, Ash's team, right? Didn't I make a video about, you know, can Ash's team win in PTCGO? And that video absolutely bombed. So I gave up because, you know, when things go bad, you should just give up. So, because the reason I'm doing this kind of rant here is that I saw one of the comments was, it's like, it's nice seeing YouTubers do this kind of content because, you know, the old stuff is kind of getting stale of just uploading gameplay videos. But that's the thing. I tried to do what For the Win is doing and nobody watched it. So you have no one to blame but yourselves. Okay, now what the hell do I do? Yeah, exactly. The people were not ready. How much damage am I doing? I'm doing 80. So I'm a little bit short. I guess we just promote the Miraidon and hope for the best. Okay, so Wondrous Patch to the Valiant. And then Nest Ball for the Mew. And we go Ino. And Dr. Pelipper again. Way too many people disliked that video. All right, so Mystery Garden. Let's go Techno Radar away the Nest Ball. And I think in this situation, we just Wondrous Patch the Mew because we got nothing else to do. All right. So in this situation where crap is happening, I think I have to retreat and take the knockout and hope. Because we're literally 20 damage short, which would have been great if we just had all those switch cards I had to get rid of earlier. Well, actually, wait, can I wish I could just retreat. But I can't. All right, so let's go damage there. And 240. God, just one more switch card with, or jet energy, but all the jet energy is on the bottom of the deck. Well, yeah, that too. Where were all my jet energies and switch cards? I wonder. But no, this was back on PDCGO. So back when I did like the can I win whatever with Ash's team, this was back on PDCGO. But yeah, it's just people don't like expanded. You know, I upload a TCG Pocket video, tons of dislikes. I upload expanded PDCGO video, tons of dislikes. But I think what you'll start to notice, especially this year, is that I'm going to focus. Well, I'm not going to focus more or less on something. I'm going to do more of like original stuff. Because if you look at the views of my gameplay videos, it's like 5,000 views, which is fine, but it's not great. But if you look at like my preview videos or the videos where I whip out my deck, those get like 10 to 15,000. So people really enjoy it when I whip out my deck, and so I'm going to focus, I guess, more on that. And I believe they just won the game because I can devolvify, but I can't win. What do you mean? My New Year's resolution is to fit more toes in my mouth, Dr. Pelipper. It's like you don't even know me at all. Vertrums, that's just a regular Gengar deck. You know, you're saying what a boring deck. That's just regular Gengar. All right, so there's still a chance they lose, which is kind of funny. And that's if I just find an Ino and I stick them low. You know, if I'm like Christina Milion and I dip it low. Okay, so what we want to do is promote you. I need to go get us. Never mind. What if we just get everything we need? So, yeah, I guess that's just I guess I should Night Stretcher for the Valiant just to be safe. Yeah, so we go for the Valiant just as a safety precaution, just because this allows me to draw more with the Mystery Garden, should I need it. All right, well, there's a switch. All right, so we win the game if they don't got it like that. And there's an Arven, so we win the game if they don't got it. If they have an energy, they win. If they don't have an energy, we win. That simple. So obviously I INO'd them into an energy switch or an energy. Or a Night Stretcher, of course. Not sure what the thinking is. Oh, they don't have any energy. Oh, they don't have any energy. Oh, get wrecked. Get absolutely bodied. Get absolutely destroyed. Would you look at that? Trust your pilot for the win, baby. And they're going to be 10 damage short of knocking up my Miraidon. Even better. What a finish. Incroyable, as the Spanish would say. What are they doing? Wait, what? Why are you still playing? Oh, in case I don't have a switch card, they're playing right now. Because if they had an energy switch, they would just energy switch and they wouldn't waste our time like this. There's no way. Hey, there we go. So we just switch and we win. Easy game. Even with the misclick, because my feet are so slippery, we just win the game. So this will be my alternate. You know how like I have backup women on Saturday nights when I go to the club? Like I target them early and I'm like, hey, you're my alternate. If at the end of the night there's no one left, I'll pick you. And they're like, oh my God, thank you, pilot. I'm like, that's what I do. I point directly at them. Like, yeah, we do that. And I was like, you're beautiful. Ursaluna should not have been the MVP, but you know, you take the knockout. I guess that's what you do. So this will be the backup game for YouTube. If this makes it in the YouTube video, things went way downhill after this. All right, so let me just write that down. Backup game. All right, so let's switch to the, let's give him a handy, right? Let's give him a handy if we can. Be a real handy dandy here. Sorry, we gotta go through the mandatory flashbang, unskippable cutscene. Multiple unskippable screens. My God, if you level up, you have to go through like 5 different screens just to get 100 crit. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? All right, let's give him a handy. Press 1 if you want to see me give people handies. Okay, so we're at 101, DC Psi. I guess I'll do 102. And this is the hands one. And ABC, that's what happens. That's how you know your brain is gone. But it's just so unfortunate. Like, you level up, you get 100 crystals, which is half of a pack, and your reward is that you have to go through 5 different screens. Like, no, just one screen. Just automatic. Like, why do we have to click it? Why isn't it just automatically added to our account? Right? Why do we have to, you know, go through the, hey, you got 100 things, press OK, and then, hey, you got the selection screen, select collect all. It should just skip those 2, but the PDC GL dev doesn't care about us, so it doesn't do that. All right, so obviously we're screwed because that's just how life goes. That Miraidon top deck is putting in a lot of work here. So I guess what I do is attach the Psychic, Prime Catcher the Dreepy, because yeah, I guess Prime Catchering the Dreepy gives me the best chance of doing the thing. Right, like, at worst, we're doing 40 damage to a Dreepy. At best, we can knock the thing... Oh God. Okay. Yep. Oh, this is fine. This is great. This is PDCGL. We're having fun today. So I think I go. I mean, I guess I just put double lightning on the iron hands. Because if they don't do anything this turn, we're going to be fine. But obviously, they're going to get a Lily's Determination. They're going to get a Dracloak. They're going to get a Dustclops. They're going to Dustclops my Miraidon, Dracloak, and then win the game, and it's going to be great. So the reason you play Judge in this deck is because you want to stick them with a 0-card hand, but the opposite ended up happening. Or you want to stick them with an unplayable hand, but the opposite ended up happening where I have the unplayable hand. So it's really cool. And yes, if they just get a Dusclops, they got it. But if they just go for like a dragon, oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, we're not screwed. Yeah, like we're not in a great position, but I can do things. You know, if I had a playable hand, that would be better. But this is the downside of judges. You also give yourself a 4-card hand. Okay. Let's go switch into Valiant. I think we want to put the damage on the Dracloak. Right, or if I put it on the Latias, does that do anything? I don't... Like, if I put it on the Latias, that's not terrible, because then we're doing 60. I can maybe take a knockout with Iron Hands on the Latias, but we used our Gust card. So I think we just kind of gotta, you know, switch in the Miraidon. Go attach a Vu to you. Peak Acceleration. And then we go, yeah, Psychic Grass. We'll put the Grass there, the Psychic there. ABC, this deck could have 4 Clefairy in it. It doesn't matter when this is what your board position looks like. This deck could literally have 18 Clefairy EX in the deck. Doesn't matter if you can't find them. Right, that's the thing, is people always assume that things are going to go right. But I know from practice that things never go right for me. They always go right for them. Case in point, I judged them to 4. And they managed to get a turn 3 manually evolved Dragapult and do all these things too. And I can't retreat the Iron Valiant despite the deck having many cards that could facilitate that. So we definitely lose now. I hope you're happy. Okay, well, we got a town store. That's something. That's a retreat card, right? And of course, that is not a... This is not a de-evolution turn, but what I can do is lose the game. So I can de-evolutionify them next turn. So if they get a little bit greedy here, we can shake and bake. I mean, I guess I just have to kind of thin the deck. So let's put the Grass Energy there, load it up. Assuming they don't have anything else, they're going to knock out the Miraidon and the Valiant and set up the Iron Hands. But I got something waiting for them. So we can still win this one. It's looking direwolf digital, but we can still win unless they have a counter. They have a counter cat. They 100% have a counter catcher in their hand. 100% they have a counter catcher in their hand right here. No, they had a boss the last turn. They're going to have a counter catcher. Oh, no, never mind. We're fine. I literally take all the prizes on the Dragapult. So wait, is this a Dragapult deck that's bricking? To be fair, my expert level gameplay did kind of force them into this, because we kind of forced them to have to get the Dragapult or else they would have just lost. So this is interesting. And then we just top deck the de-evolution. Thanks PDCGL. You're always looking out for me. All right, well, let's go amp you very much. Let's take 3 prizes on a Dragapult, baby. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it had 100. We had 100. I thought we had more than 100 on the thing. I thought we had 200. Oh, I can't do math. I can't do math at all. I can't do math whatsoever. All right, so let me just double check the deck list to make sure there's a Mew EX in here. And Clam Burglar. Yeah, I thought I was going to Devo too, but I'm an idiot. All right, so Clam Burglar already made that joke, unfortunately. So we have a Prime Catcher, we have a Counter Catcher. Oh, there's a Crispin in the deck. I don't think we need a Crispin in here. I'd rather have, like, some Iono. So let's get rid of the Crispin. We don't need no stinking Crispin. Crispin's for nerds. Let's put in 2 Iono because we apparently need it. All right, actually, let's add a bosses because we also kind of need that. All right, so there we go. There we go. Now we're fine. Now everything is great. See, it was the list that was the problem. That was the issue. It was the list. For those of you who are degenerates like me and spent 1,000 hours in Advance Wars Dual Strike, Javier's the one who used the comms towers, right? Javier's the CEO that uses the comms towers? Eh? But yeah, Clamburglar already made a terrible joke, but you're also cool, so I'll laugh at your joke. Ha ha! And if you didn't see the Discord, I did post my TCG Pocket name. I also posted it on Twitter just to get some more friends because I'm very lonely. But yeah, like I've noticed that the player base among my friends on TCG Pocket. Oh, here we go. Who said time for Badoo? Okay, how the hell do I finagle this? All right, so if we go double Iron Crown, if I go, I think I just Techno Radar away the Wonders patch. I know I can use the Wonders patch, but we just want Miraidon, and I think Iron Bundle. Or no, if we go get the Valiant. If I get the Valiant, that's also cool. Because I can. Well, actually, I can just knock out the Badoo, right? That would also be pretty funny. Nah, Isn't Iron Hands better? But this is an Iron Valiant deck, crikey. You have to be a degenerate like me. You have to understand. You got to understand. All right, so let's retreat into the Valiant. Let's go Tachyon Butts. And then we're going to get all of the things. I know we're not going to be able to play our... Ooh, hello. Hello there. Yes, giving people handies is always the best course of action. Unless you're going to run out of all your Wonders patches in the process. But yeah, I should have done this differently. I obviously knew this was Venusaur. So my plan next turn is to... Wait, this deck doesn't have Jet Energy. Oh, crap. This one isn't the Jet Energy version. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I should have put the damage on the Toadstool. I thought this deck had 4 Jet Energy. It does not. We're about to lose to Mega Venusaur because I was a little flippant because my brain no work good. All right. I mean, oh, are they just playing the Venusaur list? I think they're playing the no Venusaur list, which is good for us. All right, so no items, that's fine. That's a lightning energy. That's unfortunate. But this could be funny. All right, so let's go research. If we get another Iron Valiant, Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? We would have had all the things. We would have had everything we needed if I just believed that we get the 1 Jet Energy. I will never forgive PDC GL for this. All right, so we just go Peak Acceleration. Take the knockout. And we are big sad. God, if I just believed, you know, I've played this game for 4 years. I should really know that I should just trust PDC GL to always give me the cards that I need when I need them. I should have known that my 1 of Jet Energy was going to show up in that research hand. The game is always looking out for me. All right, so my deck has Town Store as the stadium, which is much less cool than Mystery Garden. That's fine. You know, I can't use my Night Stretcher. Oh well. Like we're one-shotting every Teal Mask Ogerpon with Iron Valiant. We're one-shotting them with Clefairy if they fill up their bench and I fill up my bench. The only downside, obviously, is that I can't do a whole lot about Bayleaf. So I can devolvify the Toad Scroll. So if I ping enough times on the Toad Scroll, I can win with a de-evolution. But you'll also notice that this hand is missing a playable card that would allow me to, draw cards. And if I do end up drawing cards, what'll end up happening is something very bad will happen, and I will... Okay, that's fine. Something bad will happen, and I will get a research. So I'll be like, hey, it'd be really cool if you gave me a supporter PDCGL, and they'll give me a research, and I'll lose my deal. What? Okay. That complicates things. I would imagine they'll get a Bayleaf and a Meganium because, they're the one lucky Mega Venusaur player in PDC. Oh, never mind. Never mind. They're just a totally normal Mega Venusaur player. This is just a totally normal Mega Venusaur player. I'm sorry. Look at the top 7. Just a Grass Energy and a Mega Venusaur because that's what this deck does. This one will probably also fail to get Bayleaf and Meganium because... Oh, never mind. Never mind. See, if this was me, we would have failed. But they just got both of the cards they needed. Not that it really matters because they don't have a Gust card. They're just knocking out a Miraidon, and that doesn't necessarily help them right now. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, I mean, I guess I get it. Because they might have a Wally's in their hand or something. But this is very risky, letting their Venusaur take a hit. Oh my god, they didn't even play a supporter this turn. They did all that with a... How come... When's the last time I had this type of turn? Look at this turn. This is a crazy turn. They got everything that turn, and then they finish it up with a Lilies, but then the Lilies will get them nothing because Lilies is useless. Yeah, then he's got to take a dump all over me. All right. So they are not going to be expecting this. I have to be very careful. We're down, I think, 2 Wonders Patches, which is very bad. There's a Counter Catcher. That's fine. All right, so we want to go... Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Well, good God. That's cool. That's cool. That's great. All right, well, that's another thing that's happening. Okay. Yes. This is where we are in our life right now. So if I retreat into the Fez, and then we go Jet Energy. Okay, Tachyon Butts. And then I think what I want to do is just start setting up the Toad Scroll, right? Because then a de-evolution wins the game. Or do I just go for the... Huh. Like, I can judge or I can set it. I think we have to judge. I think I have to judge here. I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. It's like I could have bossed somebody, but I think this is what I had to do. Because this way we can go Clefairy and do all the things. And Vishwam, I have no idea how to get rid of the Wordle thing. If anything, I'll just kick Gardas from the Discord for all the spam. Yeah, if anybody knows how to get rid of Wordle on the Discord, let me know, because I've kicked them, and I've done many things. I did. If you just block Wordle, it'll stop showing up. But I kicked Wordle, it didn't stop it. So I think I have to kick the people using Wordle. So I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm a boomer. We've been over this. I'm a boomer. I don't even know how to set up dual streams, and that should be like the easiest thing. Wait, did I forget to put an Ursaluna? I think I forgot to put an Ursaluna in this list. So that kind of means we're out of the game here. I need to forfeit the game before I put my name to shame or whatever the song is, the way that it goes. Oh my god, can I get a card here, please? So we want to get rid of that. Yeah, we need to get these guys. I need one of my 2 Wondrous Patches. That'd be super cool. And then we gotta put... Yeah, that's everybody. All right, Pheasantipity, here we go, buddy. This is your chance to shine. You didn't shine. You dimmed. All right, well, we just lost to Mega Venusaur. We just lost to Mega Venusaur because I didn't boss and take the KO. I'm sorry, everybody. We just lost it. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We lost to Venusaur. It's a dark day, but to be fair, we prized 66% of our Valiants. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, we got a bosses, we got a counter catcher, we got an earthen vessel that we can't find. So why did I put earthen vessel in the deck? I don't know. So we're gonna put an Ursaluna in here, and that'll fix all of our problems, right? In my defense, if we hadn't prized all of our Iron Valiants, we would have been fine. Grabulon, that was distracting me. All right, we're facing off against Jizzo. What are you talking about? That's a lily pad. What do you mean a giant Venusaur? Oh, are you talking about the rocks? I mean, I guess if that's what your balls look like, you might want to go see a doctor. If you think that's what balls look like, you should probably go see the doctor. Hey, it's Slowking. And Clamburglar, thank you, but I don't know what any of that means, but thank you. I mean, you could have just done it in like the memes or like the music channel or something, I guess. All right, they're playing. Wait, did they win the coin flip and they chose to go first? Oh no, I won the coin flip. Okay, my brain no work good. So we're just knocking out the Tatsugiri because I'm cool like that. We'll get rid of the judge because they don't have a big hand, but I got a big handy. So we'll go Iron Crown, Iron Hands, boom. We'll get a Valiant. And you know how confident I am in this deck? Do you want to know how confident I am in this deck's ability to not suck a butt? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going to be a crazy person. I'm going to Valiant. Because we're about to draw 7 cards. There's no way we don't get a switch or something. See, I told you. Absolute confidence. They are probably going to concede now, though, which is kind of bad, though. All right, well, let's do that, I guess. So hopefully they don't concede, because that'll be, and of course we prize their Iron Leaves. No, Slowking doesn't use Wondrous Patch. Slowking tested it out. It didn't really do anything. You know, I was going to play Slowking with Wondrous Patch as part of, you know, my Phantasma Flames decks. But there's no reason to play Slowking in this day and age simply because Pokepad... I have no idea if Pokepad's coming out in the next set. Oh, they definitely lose. I am basically in a holding pattern right now until we find out if Pokepad is coming out in Ascended Heroes. Because if Pokepad is coming out in Ascended Heroes, which it should, then everything's going to change now, isn't it? And Slowking becomes much better. Literally every deck that plays non-EXs gets better, especially evolution decks. So that's realistically what I'm waiting for. It's like you won't see any Ascended Heroes preview videos probably for another 2 weeks, just because I have to wait for people to start opening the product. And I kind of figured they were going to concede there. Yeah, well, it's insane in everything. The worst thing that's happening is that Zatu's rotating. Zatu and Reversal Energy are rotating, so Slowking has to rely on like Wonders Patch and something else. But yeah, losing Reversal Energy is going to be bad, so it's like you have to play Counter Gain. Is that rotating? Wait, one of them's rotating, right? It's either Counter Gain or Counter Catcher, right? Or is Counter Catcher rotating? Wait, hang on. Yeah, Counter Catcher is rotating. Counter Gain is not rotating. All right, I'll take it. So losing Zatu, Reversal Energy is really bad. And are any of the good attacks rotating? I don't think so, right? It might be like Conkeldurr. Is Conkeldurr rotate? I don't know. I'd have to look again, but I've kind of put Slowking out of my thoughts because, yeah, Conkeldurr is not rotating. Kyurem, I don't think Kyurem is rotating. Hang on. Now, Kyurem is Shadow Fable, so that's an H block. So, yeah, so I don't think it's losing anything meaningful. All right, so I was just I had to think there for a second. I had to do math. That's why there was a break, because my, the hamster on the wheel had to keep running. So let me get this set up, golden go, because we can definitely. Oh my god, I gave them a freaking air balloon. Of course, I could have saved the town store for next turn. Oh, pilot, why don't you put the town store down, and then you can do things this turn and save yourself the embarrassment in next turn. Oh wait, what if you give them an air balloon? Oh right, they play 3 of them, but they would have found it anyway with the Arven, so it's not a big deal. So I have to put down 3 Iron Hands, but I guess we can just bosses. That'll be fine. So yeah, Slowking, Pokepad. Pokepad is going to hold up everything. Until I see someone open Ascended Heroes, I cannot make an educated guess of what's going to happen. And it's really annoying. But all I know for sure is that Pokepad turns Slowking into an absolute beast, because it can just go get anything. It's like, oh, you need your stage 2 and you can't play an Ultra Ball? Well, that's totally fine. What the hell are they doing? What? But they have a TM Evolute. They must have a Buddy Puffin in that hand. That's something I can try. But again, I'm not thinking about, I kind of just sort of push single prize decks out of my mind. As soon as Pokepad was announced and there's potential is going to be out in Ascended Heroes, I've just kind of been like, yeah, I don't care. Right? Because I honestly have no idea if they're going to come out, right? It's impossible to know. So that's why I'm gonna focus a lot of my attention into revisiting megas and stuff like that, because again, I have no freaking clue. Well, the good news is we're knocking out the gimme duel. The bad news is that we're about to get a hand of nothing. Like I said, we're about to get a hand of nothing. All right, so I guess I have to future booster. I mean, if they have a bosses, we probably just lose anyway. So the options are attaching to the leaves, which I don't want to do, or attaching to the crown, which I don't want to do. So both things I don't want to do, but we don't really have a choice. I guess if I have double grass, we put double grass on the leaves. Because at the very least, iron leaves will allow me to do, what, 200 plus whatever, minus 30. So the advantage of Iron Crown is that it lets me set up a de-evolution play on a bunch of Gimme Duel. The downside is that it doesn't really help me do anything here. Doesn't really help me do anything here. And then, of course... Oh, actually, that's really good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the Artisan. I can't really do anything with it, but thank you nonetheless. And Super Smash Kart, where's my Perfect Order deck preview video? Well, I guess what I have to do is I'm going to have to do 2 separate videos, because what I'll do after January 23rd, which is when Perfect Order and Rotation hit Japan, is I kind of have to put a rush order on the best post-rotation decks and the best Perfect Order decks. Like part 1, because obviously it'll be probably combined with something else. But Ascended Heroes is out on the 29th. Perfect Order is out on the 23rd in Japan. So I have to make 2 like really in-depth videos in that week period, but I have to wait a few days to find out what the best post-rotation decks are. So in the span of like 2 days, I have to find all the information, research them, write them up, record them, post them, edit them in that order. And then it's Ascended Heroes. So it's going to be a very busy end of the final week of the month this time around. And Coover Doer fan, welcome in. Yeah, it's not easy being the pilot. ICUP, Slowking with Noctowl and Dawn. Oh god, is that what we're going to have to do? Is you're going to have to play Slowking with Teal Mask, Oderpon, and Energy Switch? And hot dog buns? I mean, that is part of my strategy for this year. Have you been spying on me? You got to pay extra for that. Oh, Slowking EX? God, no. No one in their right mind would play Slowking EX. Okay, they're having like a 5-minute turn over there. No, we are not doing the EX challenge. Okay, we've been over this. There's going to be no... Is that going to be the new copy pasta? Yeah, that's like, what, the 5th set in a row where Gardevoir got a brand new card? It's kind of crazy. It's like, hey, what if we gave... oh, hang on. We can do many things here. If I just get a playable card, they are screwed. So obviously I won't get a playable card. Did we prize our other... And hot dog buns, thanks for the money. Playable card. Hey, see? I told you. And I think we have, at the very least, we have an iron bundle. There's a Miraidon. These nuts. I think I have to use Miraidon in this situation, as much as I don't want to. And then I can go another future booster, because there's a very good chance they gust around it. Yeah, we have Psychic Energy, that's fine. There's a very, very good chance they just gust around me here. Oh. What's the one thing that can't happen in this situation? What is the one thing that can't happen in a turn where you want to use Miraidon? You can't get all your energy in your hand. So what ends up happening? Here's all your energy. Oh, thanks, PDCGL. You know exactly what I wanted. Oh, man. It's like, what's the one thing that cannot happen? How did I play an INO and my hand got worse? That's quite the achievement. You know, if I was an Xbox, if this was an Xbox 360, I would get an achievement for beating Halo Reach Legendary All Skulls on. I don't even know if that was an achievement. All right, so it doesn't really matter what they do here. They're kind of in a situation where it's like, oh, if I just knock out the Miraidon, I go on to even prizes. If I knock out a Valiant or a Crown or a Leaves, that's fine. Doesn't really matter to me. So they'll probably just knock out the Miraidon. I will take the knockout, I guess, with Iron Leaves. And then they got the Prime Catcher. Crap. Wait, why they shouldn't be playing Prime Catcher? That's not cool. Okay, so at the very least, we can suck a huge butt. Because that's what we enjoy doing these days. So in this situation, do I just attack with the Miraidon or do I attack with the Iron Leaves? Because it seems like a de-evolution play is our only course of action here. Right? It doesn't matter what they're doing with superiors. I've had a distinct lack of Iron Valiant lately. The last hour of the stream has just been like drier than my feet in a desert with no Iron Valiants to speak of. It's just basically been the Miraidon show. No, we're not doing the EX challenge. And Slowking doesn't one-shot Mega Lucario and then it gets knocked out in return. Exactly. All right, so I think I just let them knock out the Iron Leaves because then that puts them down to 1 prize and that activates Blood Moon Ursa Luna, which I think I put in the deck. Don't quote me on that. So, okay, that's a card. Let's go Pheasantipity, draw something. The boss isn't an INO. Okay, so if I bosses... Wait, I can bosses the Golden Go. But then a de-evolution does nothing. So I think if I do that... and then retreat into the Leaves... God, how is this gone so wrong for us? There's that. There's those things. All right, so we go play with our Rod, put in Valiant, and I guess 1 Psychic Energy. All right, so Prism Edge. I am going to need that de-evolution. There's 1 de-evolution and 1 Town Store in the deck. The one thing we have going for us is that they can't use Pheasantipity this turn. They have to get rid of 5 energy to knock out my Iron Leaves, and they're down, you know, a couple superiors. Am I going to do a Terra challenge? Again, there's nothing special about the Terras. They really didn't put any thought into the Terras because it's just like, what if every Terra just had a bench barrier? It should have been like the Poke Powers or whatever, the Omega, the Delta, whatever the thing that the Mega Groudon has, where like they have things that aren't abilities, but they're all unique. Yeah, ancient traits, thank you. Like, it should have been like ancient traits where all the Terras have a different ability that's not actually an ability. And no, the Sprigatito EX video is not going to do anything. If the expanded video gets disliked by like 10 different people in 24 hours, no one's going to watch the Sprigatito one. And Razul, when we get more Testicle Festival? Probably never. They gave us the Sea King, but I don't think we're... Like, Pokepad's going to help. Like, Pokepad will make it better because then you don't have to rely on, you know, bug catching set. If we had Level Ball, that would be great. People dislike the... So many people. It is my most disliked video of the last, like, month. I would say Fuecoco. right? Fui Coco is the most popular Gen 9 starter. I don't think Quaxley is. I think Quaxley's probably way in last. Quaxley and lastly. Yeah, this ain't going in the YouTube video. This is taking way too... They're thinking about their moves. I'm not editing this crap down. This ain't going in the YouTube video. Clam Burglar, I've talked about this before. I literally have people who just don't even watch the video and just click on it and just immediately dislike just because that's just what people do. It, you know, you just have, because there's no repercussions, right? You only get the benefit of disliking people's videos. Exactly. But like, there's no repercussions for disliking a video. You get the rush of knowing that you're screwing over someone like me. So if you don't like a creator, you can just dislike their video and you don't get punished, you don't get banned, you don't get blocked. You know, I can't block someone who just clicks on my videos to dislike them, which you'd think would be a thing you could do, but you can't do that. So they have all the power. Like if we all just decided, hey, let's... what the hell? Did they not have it? I assume they just didn't have it like that. So I should knock out the Fez, apparently. I mean, we're not gonna let the wondrous funhouse go to waste. I mean, I could knock out the Gimme Duel. That also seems like a plan. But why would I do that? All right. Sure. Retreat. And then Wondrous Patch. But remember, they're gonna knock out my dude. I'm gonna need to Iron Valiant. So I think oh man. Like, we know they're not gonna affect my hand. We know for a fact they're not gonna play Unfair Stamp, they're not gonna play Ino, they're not gonna play Judge. I'm just in a situation where I have to knock out their Golden Go with my bear. Okay, well, please don't do that, Shiny Ray. But no, just what I'm saying is, it's a victimless, or whatever the opposite of a victimless crime is. Whatever the opposite of, it's a singular victim, and the victim is me, and I get very sad. Oh, and I think we lose because I didn't leave a space for an Iron Valiant. There you go, victim full. Yeah, so it's just like Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast probably gets thousands of dislikes on his videos just from people who don't like Mr. Beast. Like, he gets 200 million views a video. He gets probably 500,000 likes, but he probably gets 10,000 dislikes. On the video where it's like, I built 100 wells in Africa, he probably got 10,000 dislikes on that video just because it's Mr. Beast. Right? Like, just because you can't see the dislikes, I mean, you can get an extension for it. You can't get an extension for What's Wrong With You in the bedroom Clam Burglar, but you can get an extension to see the dislikes. So, like, I'm assuming Mr. Beast videos get like 10,000 dislikes just from people who don't like Mr. Beast. So when I say that my videos have dislikes, it's just people who don't, you know, watch the videos, most likely. Well, you should dislike them twice. So if you click dislike and then dislike again, that's a double dislike and it counts twice as much. I mean, at this rate, they're going to time out. You know, if I'd been paying attention, I probably could have won this. They're going to time out or they're going to whip their deck out. It doesn't really counteract it because it's like the scale that I get in terms of dislikes isn't high enough that like I'm super duper affected by it, like algorithm wise. So it's like, it's just the amount of dislikes that I get, period. Right? It's like, just in 24 hours, I get 10 dislikes on a video where it's like, what did you possibly dislike, right? You know, the most common complaint people give about me is that I complain too much, which is ironic in the whole grand scheme of things. But that's the most common complaint, is that I complain too much. And it's like, then just don't watch the next video, right? If you don't like me, why are you coming back to watch more videos just to dislike them again. So that's what I don't understand. It's like, it's the same people like watching my videos who say they don't like me, but then then just don't watch me. I'm not forcing you to watch my videos. All right. Well, I guess we just got to go Ursa Luna and Wondrous Patch to you. And then we go that there. Oh yeah, they hate watch, but it's just weird. Right? Like, why? There's my de-evolution. Not that it really matters here, because we can't do anything. All right, well, I guess I just knock out the active, and then they need 6 energy, which they're probably going to be able to get, but I haven't been paying attention in, like, the last 15 minutes, because they're taking forever. Have we prized Clefairy in, like, half the games we've played? But the lack of switch cart really sucks. You know, only having 4 switches and then having to rely on jet energy just is not the way. Okay, well, you got it. Congratulations. You wasted everybody's time. Goopa. Goopa D's nuts. That doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, that's what I'll switch to the Surfer build. But, you know, you look at this. Surfer would be just a switch card, right? Surfer's just a switch card in that situation. So yeah, we'll switch to the Surfer build. Does Kieran still exist in our hearts? But no, I think you 100% would go for Surfer. I just can't remember which list has Surfer in it. We'll up the count of Surfer. It might be the Donk one. Yeah, it's the Donkey Kong one. Let's go for Zacian, right? Let's see if we can change the list a bit. So we got Clefairy, which has been completely useless this entire stream. Yeah, I guess we can hang on. How many? We don't really need all those Ultra Balls. That seems a bit much. All right, so let's go for 4 Surfer, 4 Jet Energy, 3. I mean, Precious Trolley just seems greedy, right? Just seems real greedy to go for Precious Trolley. All right, then we'll have, actually, it should probably be 3 Arvin, 3 Surfer, and then one of those guys, and probably Earth Investor. Like, I understand it's Arvin for the thing, so actually, let's go get rid of those. We have a Prime Catcher, we have a Bosses. We don't have a de-evolution, so let's change that. Why not Beach Court? Because you have retreats with the Future Booster. Ursaluna's in the deck, don't you worry. All right, so this is a Surfer build. So let's just go crazy with Surfer. Let's just put all the Surfers in the deck. We don't want Carmine in the deck. This isn't a Donk deck. So we want 3 of these guys, and then I guess like 2 Ino, 2 Lilies. 2 Ino, 2 Lilies. So there we go. There we go. And we got Iron Crown. All right, so 3 booster. We got the choice band that we're never going to be able to find. And see, this is the glitch I'm talking about. See, I can't, I'm clicking on it and I'm trying to remove it, but it's not working. But if I do it oh wow, it's really not working right now. You should be able to just easily take cards and move them to the side. There we go. So I think Town Store is probably better in this particular build if I'm cutting Arvin. All right, and then we want, how many balls we got? I got lots of balls to play with. We got 4 Surfer, we got that. 6 energy. We want to be able to have a low hand size, though, is the problem. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? We'll be fine. Hilarious. Did you know that Hillary Clinton is hilarious? Huh? But no, the reason I don't use full arts and stuff like that is because when I go to copy and paste deck lists, I don't want to make people feel sad that they can't afford more expensive cards. So that's just kind of a thing that I do is I don't play full art cards because then people, when they do the thing, they have to, oh crap. But it's just an annoyance, right? People typically don't have the full arts in their accounts. So when they go to copy and paste the deck list, they obviously will have the non-full art. All right, so this is going to be a real challenge here because we're facing the Mega Absol deck, and they're just going to get the raw trolley. Wait, are they about to have a zero? Is this about to be a Zenless Zone 0 turn for them? I don't know what the thinking is. You either have a playable card in your hand or you don't. I think the fact that they attach the Darkness to the Monkey Dory means they kind of don't. Yeah, if only there was a game that manually adjusts. Again, just you look at like every single aspect except the economy. PDCGL is a downgrade from PDCGL. I don't know what there is to think about. All right, well, I'll just attach in Lilies. I won't go for the Donk because I want them to be able to play the game. Reminder that this is the Surfer build. For those of you who may have forgotten, this is the Surfer build. Okay, so let's go, I guess, for Iron Crown. Yeah, and remember, I know I could have taken the Donk. It was intentional that I did not. That's not very nice, Clan Burglar. And why would you call yourself Unc Sonny and not Daddy Sonny? Wouldn't Daddy Sonny be better? All right, so they got the trolley, but it seems like they're going to be... Thank you, Crumbrian. I was waiting for someone to make that joke. I'm surprised Clan Burglar didn't do it. But then I guess it would have been a good joke, so that's why. Daddy Sonny, that name would get flagged because your brother had a baby today? Must have been painful. Wait, oh no! Oh, this is much worse. Uh-oh. I have made an oopsie. I have made an oopsie in my pants. I have made a big oopsie in my pants. There's nothing that would have told me that this is the Frostlass Monkey Dory deck. Well, in my defense, I was trying to, win the game. This really does seem to happen every single time. I had the chance to donk them and I chose not to because I wanted to see if, oh, maybe I can, extend this game a little further and, get a YouTube game out of this. But I always get punished and not in the way that Mistress Paddlebottom usually does. And also, you can't tell by this hand, but this is a, oh, that's really bad. This is the Surfer build of the deck. I know, right? This is the Surfer build. Okay, so my choices here are I go for the Snow Runt, or I just Lilies, and I think we just Lilies. And I can go for another Iron Crown. We don't want the Latinas, but let's see if I can play with my balls here. So yeah, let's go for an Iron Crown. We'll set up another Iron Crown. Right, because we're doing a hundo, so that'll go there. And then peak acceleration. I'm gonna set up an Iron Crown because I know what I'm doing. Right? Because they can't do anything. They're gonna have a nothing turn. What are they gonna do? Use counter catcher and knock out somebody with Absol? They can't do that. That's not allowed. What are they gonna do? Counter catcher my Iron Crown and knock it out with Claw of Darkness and then get rid of my bosses? I'd like to see them try. But yeah, if they do that, we're kind of screwed. But famously, this deck doesn't play a ton of supporters, right? Or they don't play any like Pheasantipity or anything, so we should be fine. And if you want to know something funny, I haven't looked at my top 10 list for Ascended Heroes yet. It's very, very, very likely that the 70 hit point Snow Run is in the top 10. I know that's not sexy, but think about it. A 70 hit point Snow Run is immediately going to be the Snow Run that gets played in every single Frostlass deck. And Frostlass is still standard lethal for another year. So Snow Run, realistically, it is a top 10 card in Ascended Heroes. Again, it's very sad. But yep, they got the counter catcher on the Iron Crown. What? Okay, so obviously they know that I don't have a way to win. But I think it still makes sense to go after the Absol in this situation. Or, yeah, they have to get rid of the bosses. If they get rid of they went for Surfer, then I'm knocking out the Frostlass. I think I just have to knock out the... Oh, crap, but then they have the thingy thing. So it's like, yeah, I can knock out the Frostlass, but then they have the thingy thing. So if I go for Future Booster, and we put it on the Iron Crown... Huh. Sin7, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. I really don't know what to do here. So I can knock out the Frostlass, but then they just Monkey Dory and take a knockout of my Valiant? So then do I target the Absol? I don't know. Let's target the Absol and see what happens. I don't think this is correct. Oh, I also can't do it because I don't have any energy. I was going to say, yeah, we can't do that. So, yeah, let's, hey, everybody, let's lose the game. Doesn't that sound like fun? Oh, that sounds like great fun, Pilot. Let's do it. I changed my mind. I changed my mind and went for the Monkey Dory just for shodels and giggles. Just for shodels and giggles. All right, so we lose our Valiant due to Frostlass. That's fine. I mean, no matter what. Oh, did we prize the Latios and the Squawkabilly or something? But that's kind of what I had to do, right? I didn't really have much choice. I think going for the Monkey Dory is fine as long as we got a good card off the prizes. You know, as long as we get a good card off the prizes, oh crap, it's a Squawkabilly. They should actually attach the Bravery Charm to the Snow Run to protect against a de-evolution play. But if they're just net decking, then they won't know that. Oh, they do know that. They do. And Sin 7, hey, we're at 100 subs. And I actually see some names of people that are actually here. So Sin 7, thank you for the gifts. Martinez, Hyken, Ninja Man, Die Pete, and Alex C7. I don't know why Pete wants... Who's Pete and why do you want him to die? But Sin 7, thank you. We're back to triple digits for subs. I know I took like, what, 10 days off from streaming, but Sin 7 was like, hey, I got you, bro. I know you're back. I know January is going to be a dry month because you enjoy dry humping like a camel in the desert, but that's okay. And this deck seems amazing. It is. Sin 7 agrees. This deck is amazing. But what sin did you commit that you had to gift me 5 subs? Because it must have been something pretty bad. Okay, so this is good for us as long as I can't find a darkness energy for the stupid monkey dory. But of course they found a lilies. And see, I told you, I knew right as soon as we started playing against Hilarious and they took 45 seconds to do nothing, I knew this wasn't going to be in the YouTube video. And Sin 7, I got some bad news. Iron Valiant is not the play. If Switchcart still existed, absolutely. But because Switchcart is gone, you know, Surfer isn't good enough. You know, I don't know why I put Latios and Swakabilly in here. Those should absolutely not be in the deck. So we'll change it to make things a little bit better. So they'll knock out my Miraidon. They're going to look at my hand and laugh at me. They're going to point and laugh. Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing 4 Surfer, 4 Switch, and all the things, we should be fine. All right, so maybe I just put in like Poke Gear. Maybe we just go Surfer only. Right, we just go for like a straight Surfer build. Seems like a terrible idea if you ask me. All right, well, there's a Miraidon. And Sin 7, oh, it definitely sucks. It sucks, but I'm a YouTuber, so I don't have much choice. So let's do that and that. I guess we just try to go for the Absol and the dude, but we can't do anything. But the problem is I already played the good version of the deck, and we got like 3 really good games in a row, but now I gotta appease the masses because the YouTube audience has a very small attention span, and they expect me to switch decks every single game, keep them on their toes. But yeah, see, I knew as soon as that first turn happened that this person was going to be a slow player, and the fact that they've taken more than 3 minutes than me is a very good indication of that. And I should have just donked them. I always make the mistake of being like, hey, I should let them off the hook. And then they go Arvin, Trolley, Lilies, bosses, countercatcher, everything. And Sin 7, are you on the Discord? Or I can just show you after this game. That's probably easier. Are they gonna period all over me? I think they're about to period on me. They did not period on me. They are gonna get rid of the Ino though, most likely. Okay, so wait, do I win the game? Hang on, do I win the game here? If I go... Crap. Um, so they got rid of the Mew, which is bad. My Valiant just healed itself, because, again, this is a well-made game. That is a goated top deck. I think I just won. Because I get one switch card, and then if I can get, like, Ursa Luna or a Wonders Patch, we win. Oh, God, I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed right now. I'm so screwed. All right, I'm going to put the de-evolution into play. We're going to put the Miraidon into play. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. Oh, God, I have to... This is so awkward. We didn't even play Surfer this entire game. All right, here we go. I believe in you, Heart of the Card. No, I have to go... Oh, God, there's just so many things that can go wrong here. Like, I'm assuming we're going to get the Blood Moon Ursa Luna. Yes! I tried to say Blood Moon Ursa Luna. I thought that... There we go. We won the game. There you go. I'm actually... Maybe this should go on the YouTube video, because I just won, even though I wasn't paying attention half the time. But, you know, I wasn't really... I wasn't the crew of the Star Trek Enterprise. I wasn't engaged. And then, of course, we prized the choice band, because this is a Hopzation deck, so of course you prize the choice band. But they just lost. Did you see that? They just lost the game because of their own Frostlass? See? Trust your pilot, the absolute GOAT. What I've noticed is that Miraidon and Blood Moon Ursa Luna are just kind of better than Iron Valiant. What I've kind of noticed is that Iron Valiant's not very good, and Blood Moon Ursa Luna tends to be the MVP along with Miraidon. So read into that what you will. All right, so I'll note that one down, but I highly doubt it's going to make the YouTube video. It's like just in case. All right, so we'll switch it up. So this is the good list. I would expand it to a full screen view, but PDCGL doesn't let you do that. That would make too much sense, wouldn't it? All right, so I will go for just a Surfer build here. So we're doing nothing else. This is just Surfer, nobody else. As many switch cards as possible. Oh, what? Hang on. No, I just want to edit the deck. Okay, so we get rid of Squawkabilly. We get rid of the Latinas. We'll get rid of the Lilies. I mean, the Hops Choice Band is there for a reason. I don't remember what that reason is, but there's a reason for it. And then we go 1, 2. We have 7 Psychic. That's okay. And then we go Gear. Because remember, you can't search for Poke Gear. You have to search for Gear. Okay, so we have 2 Poke Gear, 2 Ino, which seems way lower than it should. You know, we should probably just lose the Zacian. The Zacian is bad. The Zacian is not a good card. So we'll just go Surfer, Iron Valiant. So this is the Surfer build. This is not the Zacian. The stupid Zacian, get out of here, bro. We don't like you. All right, so we're going to do one game with the Surfer build where we have 4 Surfer, and that's all we need, apparently. So Sin 7, I'm going to win this one for you, buddy. This is all for you. If I lose this game, it's Clan Burglar's fault. Oh, God, it's Venusaur. If it's Testicle Festival, though, we're golden. We're golden like the Myriad Leaf Shower. Hey, you haven't gifted a sub in a long time. What do you want from me? All right, so I think we go first. I'm thinking this is Venusaur, so we're gonna go first, even though it's a bad idea. Since I know everyone here likes me so much and is just such a big fan of mine, I did just finish Chronos: The New Dawn on PS5 because I'm cool like that. This is the problem with putting the wrong sleeves into play. Okay, so I know that we're facing a Venusaur deck, so we don't really need the Clefairy. We do want the Valiants. This is unfortunate. We're going to go switch into you. Yes, thank you for... Oh, I wonder who I should put that on. Who should I put that damage on? I have no freaking idea. And because we have a dead hand, even though I have 4 Surfer and 4 Pokegear and 4 of everything, we're going to go, I guess, end turn. Oh, man, I knew as soon as I switched the deck to a full Surfer build, we were going to get screwed over by our starting hand. But this is Venusaur. I went first because I thought it'd be funny, and then we get immediately bodied for it. They're going to obviously have the Vitality Forest. That's what they do. But if I can just top deck an energy, we should be fine. Right? Because then I go Future Booster, the active, retreat. We have 11 energy. We have 4 Surfer. We have 2 Iono. And we have 4 Pokegear. So half of our deck is out to what we need. There's also a Mew EX in there. Literally half the deck. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say half of the deck is a playable card that will help us play the game. And yet PTCGL will still find a way to screw us over. And we'll give them a Lily's Determination, but it's fine. What are they going to do? Bump my town store? I'd like to see them try. They probably only have 3 Forest of Vitality in that deck. And they probably don't even play Colress's Thickacity because they're just like, oh, we'll draw into it. I put 4 copies of a card in a deck. Venusaur never dead draws. Venusaur always dead draws. It's the worst. Okay. But what has happened this stream is essentially what has happened during my testing and was why I was so hesitant to play this. Is you just never seem to have the combo. You know, that first build of the deck was by far the best. This one, not so much. Hey, there's a Mew. We'll take it. Okay, so we go that there. I'm going to get another Future Booster and then get rid of it because we might need the de-evolution to win the game. Because I think we lose if I don't get what I need this turn, right? I think we just lose the game if I don't get the energy. So this, I could have mewed for 2, but come on. We all knew what was going to happen. We all knew what the score was here. So let's go Surfer into this guy. That's pretty good. How much damage am I doing? I'm doing a decent amount. So let's try and just knock out the Ogerpon, I guess. Because, again, we have 4 Surfer, 4 Jet Energy, 4 Switch, and a Prime Catcher. There's no way we should lose this game when I can just Miraidon the Teal Mask Ogerpon and we can do all the things. Now, the question is, do I put the energy on the Iron Crown and set up a de-evolution play? And I think the answer is no. I think the answer is I haven't taken a knockout. They can't do any counter catcher shenanigans. The odds of them having Boss's Orders, Forest of Vitality, Bayleaf, Meganium, Energy are very low. But they're not 0. And I have to remember that a de-evolution play is always open to me. So Iron Crown just becomes really useful. Like against evolution decks, Iron Crown EX is really useful. I just wish it was 50 to 3 Pokemon. There is an Orange Julius that lets you do 50 to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon, but it's colorless. And you essentially have to power it up with Miraidon, and it's not the easiest. And it's like you have to telegraph your move, and they have to have a damage counter on them already, which is annoying. So it's like, yes, there's a better option than Iron Crown in a future deck, but you really got to telegraph your move. And it's like, you're better off playing Iron Jugulus in a Terra deck with the, oh God, what the hell's the name of the Terra card? I can't remember the name of the Terra card. The card that accelerates 2 energy from the discard pile. The thing that Terapagos uses. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. I'm used to shooting blanks, but that's only because I have way too many kids out there and I don't want any more. Oh, wait, what? Wait, why didn't they... Glass Trumpet, thank you, Sin7. Why didn't they use the Turo on the Ogre Pawn? Oh, so they lilies? Oh, okay, so they lilied into it. All right, I think this is GG. YouTube audience, do not watch the VOD, because in the VOD, something may have occurred that was not chill. All right, we don't talk about... Oh my God, are you kidding me that I have to do this? Okay, well, the good news is I'm probably not going to get a surfer here. We didn't get a surfer here. So that's actually good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... do I want to play with my balls? No, I think we just go boss's orders. Boss's orders this guy. Knock it out. Miraidon down. Wondrous Patch the... actually, I could put it on the Mew, which would be kind of funny. Because... Nah, it probably wouldn't work. You know, that's too funny. PDC jail wouldn't allow that to happen. It's too funny. All right, then we go Laser Blade. We did prize an Iron Valiant, and we can't get back the Iron Valiant we're sending to the discard pile, so that's a little concerning. Because I kind of set up that other Ogre Pawn. There we go. I kind of set up that other Ogre Pawn to be able to, you know, knock it out with pings. But worst case scenario, all I end up doing is just Miraidon, knock out the Ogre Pawn, or go for Iron Crown, because we do have, you know, 3 more Wondrous Patches. We're about to put 3 energy in the discard pile. The problem is that I might have to abandon the de-evolution play, because I want to maximize the Mew draws. And it's like, Mega Venusaur is going to be tough to knock out. So... I mean, there's no way they have 2 Turo, right? There's no way they're going to put 2 Turo in that deck. They had to make room for the Toad Scroll. There's no way you're playing 2 Turo in a Venusaur Meganium Ogre Pawn deck. You're playing the 1 Turo. I refuse to lose to Mega Venusaur twice in a stream. That is not allowed. Oh, that's a good card. Thank you for putting the Pheasantipity into play. I appreciate you greatly. So my Iron Valiant gets knocked out. The hope is that I don't lose. And they took a dump all over me. Great. Okay. Here's what we do. We go this guy in the active. I know what I'm doing. You got to trust me on this one. That's unfortunate. I think I've abandoned the de-evolution strat. I think that's way out of there. But like, if I mean, I have all the things. There's no way we don't get a surfer or a switch or a prime catcher, right? There's absolutely no shot that we don't get what we need. And I think I can still win next turn, even if this fails. So we're going to go Wondrous Patch onto you. I'm going to Techno Radar. Look at that. We have, there's absolutely no shot. We have 4 jet energy, a prime catcher, 2 switch, 3 Pokegear, 3 surfer. There's no way PDCGL is going to screw us over here. Right? Right? Do I? Oh God, I think I have to attach the energy to the Miraidon just in case, because I don't trust. I can't trust the game that much. I trust it a little bit. I don't trust it that much. And then I should have trusted it. Crap. Okay, so wait, did I retreat into that guy? I physically retreated. Okay, so we have Pokegear. Oh, okay. That was a close one. Oh no. So wait, if I go for the Teal Mask Ogerpon and they have a Gust card, then they knock out a Valiant and I don't have game. But then I can I have to go Prime Catcher and knock out this guy with the Miraidon. And then I have to split the energy there. So we have to go to there. So we'll go. Oh man, this is so crazy. It's literally going to come down to a boss's orders here. Well, I was wondering where all the nest balls were. So this is going to go in the YouTube video no matter what. Because that was just so awesome. See, there you go. See, there you go. I knew exactly. I knew if they were able to bosses the Valiant, then they take away my ability to knock out their Ogerpon. So I knew for a fact that I couldn't take the risk. If they didn't have the Toad Scroll, then I would be totally fine. But see, I played it smartly. I knew that live was going to give them the bosses. So I couldn't do that because then I would only have the one Valiant and the Teal Mask Ogerpon would have 10 HP remaining and I would have lost. We're still probably going to lose, but at least I... Oh yeah, now you show up. Now you show up, Surfer. All right, do we have a bosses? We have a bosses and 2 Pokegear. And 4 Jet Energy somehow. And 4 Jet Energy. And also that Surfer was a terrible top deck. Because I don't have anything that we can get. All right, so it's all going to come down to this. We have a bosses and 2 Pokegear. Do we get it for the win? Not even close. But... Oh, no, we can't. I was going to say we can Ursa Luna and try to win. That won't do it. And there's a Jet Energy. Womp, womp. Yeah, see, I could have used it. I could have gone for Iron Valiant. We could have taken the knockout, but the stupid Toad Scroll blocks it. So, yeah, they just retreat, and then I think they have it. Because they moved the 1 energy onto you. So, I mean, I'm gonna take a chance that maybe they don't got it like that. But but no, that's going to be 300. That's like 330 damage. So they manually retreat the Mega Venusaur, move the 5th energy onto the Ogerpon, and then win. So yeah, that Surfer top deck was really bad. All I needed to win was one of my 2 Pokegear or my bosses. It would have been super cool if I hadn't prized all of my balls. But yeah, this is going to be like, what, 330? Yeah. God, apparently this deck's Achilles heel is Mega Venusaur. And that makes me really sore that Mega Venus changed single strike was like 4 years ago. Get with the times, bro. All right, so Clan Burglar, that loss was all your fault. See, I told you, if I lose that game, it's all Clan Burglar's fault, and it was Mega Venusaur. See? I tell no lies. I'm like George Washington. I cannot tell a lie. I must chop wood. All right. Azrael Levine. All right, Azrael Levine. Ah, see, that's a good one. See, that's like your one good one for the year, right? And we're playing the Azelf build. That's your one good joke for the year. But yes, what we learned is that Surfer is not a good card. Who would have guessed? Literally everyone who's ever played Iron Valiant could have guessed that. That Surfer is not a very good card, but, you know, we confirmed it. What the hell is this hand? You know, people have been wondering since the dawn of time. What the hell is that? All right, so let's go get rid of that. I mean, we have 2 Night Stretcher. This is probably going to be a Miraidon situation. So I'll get rid of the UC because I don't really want to get rid of the Lily's Determination. So we'll go Techno Radar, get rid of that. Go for Miraidon and... I mean, they have a Mew. So that thing could get knocked out before they know it. All right, so let's go there and there. And then notice how we have no switch cards. Love that. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, I should probably chill out because it's all been done before. And Razul, yeah, you should just play Mega Lopunny. But then I wouldn't, then I'd have to change the title of my YouTube video, and that's way too much work. Okay. If there's a Joltik in this deck, that would make me very happy. If you could put a Joltik down, that'd be super cool. Any Joltiks in chat? Press 1 if there's a Joltik. Any Joltiks in chat? Don't you just love how the cards float there? Like, why did they take extra development time to make sure the cards float and, you know, gyrate? On PDC Joe, it was static. Okay, well, the Pikachu doesn't matter because we can just knock that out with a ping. With a Chandler ping. There's the Joltik. I knew you had one in there. Okay, so this is just Pikachu Joltik. There's nothing else. It's just Pikachu Joltik. And that's totally fine with me. So I'm definitely regretting getting rid of the Yuchi now. You know, now you see me, now you don't. That would have been perfect timing for a Yuchi to just come in here and destroy them. But, you know, I didn't think, you know, you see a Mew EX, you don't have much to go on. You don't think, oh, yes, they started a Mew EX with nondescript sleeves, which means they just copy and pasted the list. Ah, obviously this is a Joltik Pikachu box deck. Aha, yes. That was my first thought. Okay, just all the supporters, apparently. Not a single switch card. That is impossible. That is improbable. And kind of impossible. That I just got 0 switch cards. I don't even know how that happens. That's kind of insane. That I didn't get a single switch card. Like a Jet Energy would have been fine. A switch would have been great. Prime Catcher, okay, fine, whatever, I'll take a Prime Catcher. Future Booster, that would have been great too. I got nothing. I liliesed into 8 cards and I got nothing. Oh, okay, I was like, are they being a crazy person? If you have the knockout on an Iron Crown, you take the knockout on the Iron Crown. Unless they're going for like a medal and they're just gonna prep the Pikachu. Well, they put the medal in their hand. So this means they're going to attack with Miraidon and take the knockout? Yes? And why is that awful center area? Because this is the play space. They just put a future booster on a Joltik. I think they've abandoned their Iron Hand strategy. But it's because when you promote somebody, it changes. Because I have disable VFX on. It's only in the main menu for some reason you can find that. But I have the disable VFX. All right, let's go Lilies and watch. We'll get 4 switch cards off of this. Or 1. We'll get 4 switch cards. Or 1. Wow, this is crazy. Okay. Did I forget to put future boosters in the deck or something? Kind of seeming like it. All right, let's go. I guess Night Stretcher for the Iron Crown. I can do 80 damage to somebody. I don't want it to be the Joltik, because we don't really care about that. I could hit the Mew, but that resets the Miraidon. At least this way it would force them to get rid of an energy. So I guess we just go basic energy there. Peak acceleration. They probably have like 4 bosses in the deck. But that's fine, because we're never going to lose. And Crumbreon, yeah, that totally cool and not annoying sound. I need to take a look at the deck one more time, because did I forget to put future boosters in here or something? Did I forget to put switch cards? Do I not have 4 jet energy? There might only be 3 jet energy. Oh no, I'm not disagreeing. It is still definitely awful, but that's the reason this center area still stays, is because when you promote somebody, it change. Oh god, they got a stupid bravery charm. Doesn't really matter if they put it on the Pikachu, because it doesn't really help them. So I believe I lose because Miraidon EX does 220 perfectly. And then the Pikachu does 300. So, yeah, just because of that turn where I got 0 switch cards, we lose the game. You know, a deck designed to switch 100 times couldn't switch. The one thing you're supposed to do, it couldn't do. And then show me the bosses. See? Oh, Photon. Okay, cool. Let's go. And Iron Valiant. Worst case scenario, everything goes wrong. So there's an Arven. All right, so I want to knock out the Miraidon, but it would be super duper swell if I could knock out the Joltik, because that's kind of like their break in case of emergency card. So let's go promote the Iron Valiant. Tachyon butts the Joltik. I think, honestly, I should Fez in this situation. I know it's a little weird, but this will tell me what I should do next. Okay, we got Future Booster. That's exactly what I wanted. We also have Mystery Garden, which they can actually use on their turn, which is kind of funny. And then, okay, so we don't want to do anything there. If I put the Mew down and then I attach to the Mew, that seems really smart. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to attach to the Mew, and then I know them. Because we need to get rid of this Miraidon. It's their win condition currently. I mean, they just have to find an energy and they'll be fine. But, oh god, Squawkabilly, you're so useless. You are so useless, Squawkabilly. You're the worst bird. The bird is not the word. So the only reason I'm knocking out the Joltik is just so they can't, you know, retreat into it as a, oh, I don't have anything else. I need to retreat into it and accelerate more energy. And another reason for it is I just hate its face. All right. Here we go. Another Ino. I can Ino them to 1. Not that it really matters because they have Mew, but I guess I could knock out the Mew, but I would have to knock out the Miraidon because the Miraidon is going to take a knockout here, most likely. That doesn't matter. Okay. They definitely need to thin their hand here. The Iron Boulder is going to do nothing. Squawkabilly, I think I should just take out the Squawkabilly. Right, it just takes up a bench space. That's the problem. Is Squawkabilly is really good, but you look at my bench here, I have no room for anything else. And Sin7 was saying, oh, what if you put Area 0 in the deck? And the problem with that is that I hate my life. So I'm not going to do that. And Clan Burglar, yes, I remember how even if you turned all the audio down and off on PDCGL and someone promoted a metal type Pokemon, the metal sound would play and it would destroy your ears. Because again, the PDCGL dev knows what they're doing. That's what you have to understand. They know what they're doing. They're going to give me a Blood Moon Ursa Luna, aren't they? We're about to see a Blood Moon Ursa Luna and they're about to win. Yep. Okay. Well, joke's on you. I can win the game by being facetious. Well, that's like you're noticing how much better other basic heavy decks are. Right? Like the Absol Kangaskhan deck can beat this easily. Just a Miraidon Pikachu Jolta deck can beat this. The fact that you only have 220 hit points against Miraidon is really bad. So I think what I do is promote the Mew. I have a strategy, don't you worry. We got a great strategy here. It's the best strategy anyone has ever come up with in the history of the world. You're going to be in awe. Your mouth will be agape at my strategies here. All right, so let's go Nest Ball. We don't have an Ursaluna, do we? We have an Azelf. I don't think that helps. I don't think the Azelf necessarily helps our cause here. Okay, I'd like to put that down. All right, so that goes there. Let's go. Actually, I think what I do is... Okay, hang on. Bear with me. I gotta not screw this up. I need a Prime Catcher. But they also need a thing like okay, we gotta go. We gotta flip the script first. We gotta flip the script first. That did not do what I wanted it to do. That did the opposite of what I wanted it to do. Okay, so I think I have to Iono and pray. Because, like, you see what I'm trying to do, right? You definitely see what I'm trying. It's very obvious what I'm trying to do. An idiot could see what I'm trying to do here. Like, even I could see what I'm trying to do here. All right, so we do that. And then we Iono. Just need a Wondrous Funhouse. Okay. That's bad. Actually, no, I didn't want the Wondrous Patch. I wanted a Gust card. Like, I want the Prime Catcher. That's not a Prime Catcher, but what if this is a Prime Catcher? Oh, it is. Okay, we still have a chance. It's very slim, but we still have a chance. Okay. And then we go Prime Catcher the bear. We Mew them. Genome hacking. Okay, then we go Blood Moon. And Brazil, hey, you're about to see the greatest comeback victory in the history of the world unless I Iono'd them into a Switch, which is probably what happened. I probably Iono'd them into an Arven into a Switch. But, like, this has to go on the YouTube video, right? Like, if I win this, even if I lose this game, this has to go on the YouTube video. Oh, please, we can still do this. Please, we could have had it all. We can still win this one. Oh, we got this. Okay. How do I do this? What is the correct order of operations here? Oh no, I know I'm gonna screw this up. Okay, so the Mew can't attack again. That's fine. I think what I do is Mystery Garden the Psychic first. Get nothing. Yep. Get nothing. Saw that coming. And then, oh yeah, so then we attach to you. I use Iono, I think. And then there's a, so we got it, right? And then we do a Wonders Patch. I just won this game. I am the freaking goat. I am the goatiest of goats. Look at this. I'm gonna really stunt on them. I'm not even gonna use the counter catcher. Oh no, I have to. in case they promote a Pikachu. I'm not even gonna use the counter catcher. No, I have to in case they promote the Pikachu. But see, I couldn't really explain it because there wasn't enough time. But this was the plan. Is that I bring up the Ursaluna, trap the Ursaluna, copy the Ursaluna, leave it with 20 hit points, retreat into an Iron Valiant, and then I gust somebody and take the knockout with the Valiant. So it was impossible to explain in the 20 seconds that I had before PDCGL timed me out. So I would recommend watching that back. The whole strategy was I needed the Prime Catcher or just any Gust card to bring up the Ursaluna, use Mew EX to copy the Ursaluna and do 240, which leaves it with 20 hit points. They can't attack with it because I still had 3 prizes, because I couldn't take a knockout because that would have activated the Ursaluna. So they did everything right. They just realized they were up against, the greatest PDCGL Iron Valiant player in the world. And then I just had to keep drawing, which is what I did. And just, I'm so good at this game. Everyone comment down below on the YouTube video, Pilot, you're too good at this game. We are not worthy. And then you should grovel at my feet. Well, we have ourselves a YouTube video. I mean, we already did, but like that's a perfect, as a British person would say, that was a perfect cuppa. That was a perfect capper. I don't know where I was going with it. I'm so sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. And Mad Panda, well, this is going to be the final game of the stream, and I'm going to raid Azul unless someone else is online. So yeah, I think next week I'll do 4 streams just because I'm not really into the Ascended Heroes world yet. We're probably gonna have to wait about 2 more weeks before we know the set list. So probably 4 streams. I have resigned myself to the fact that there's not really any good options. So it's Video Game House or Azul, your choices. Video Game House is playing Mega Latios in a tournament, so clearly they've had a mental breakdown. And we have an unplayable hand, and this is a donk deck. We have a donk deck and an unplayable hand. Those two things should not go hand in hand or foot in foot. And we would have had the win. Okay, that's cool. I think we don't do that. All right, so that'll go there. I think, yeah, I think we just concede. We'll play another. I don't want to play the donk deck. That was dumb. Well, Video Game House is playing Mega Latias, so which do you want to see? Do you want to see Dragapult in a tournament? Do you want to see Dragapult win a tournament, or do you want to see Mega Latias lose a tournament? Those are your 2 options. You have no other. Those are it. Those are your 2 options. And there we go. Okay, good. Sorry. Hey, Myrtle. Those are your 2 options. But yeah, so I think next week it'll be like Flygon, Mill. What else do I got? I got something else that's terrible. Oh yeah, the Scrafty, which is really bad. I'll probably play Gliscor Frostlass. I did so much testing over that like 10-day break just to see like, oh, are any of these decks good? No, none of them are good. I will just go online. I'll start the stream. We'll play the decks. We'll see what happens, and just set your expectations to very, very low, because it's not going to go well. It's going to go terribly. And somebody just posted on the subreddit, if there's anything similar to Cerula GX and Expanded, if the first comment isn't the first comment's Volcarona. First comment's Volcarona, damn straight, Blazing Arrow. Damn straight. Myrtle, no, because I'm not being boring. Wait, is this a Jellicent Relicanth deck? What are we facing here? Razul, I mean, I could check. All right, so let's go. Oh, that's a knockout, by the way. Get absolutely bodied. Get absolutely bodied, Frillish. All right, yeah, let's knock out the Frillish, and then we'll do one on the Valiant, one on the Miraidon, just in case, because I'll probably end up using the Miraidon again. But the problem is, Razul, is that this is what I was talking about, is the Pokepad anomaly. Is until I know what's going on with Pokepad, I can't really revisit any older single prize decks, even though I may want to. Because the Pokepad comes out, that instantly makes every single prize deck better. So it's like, I don't want to play a single prize deck now, and then I'll just end up revisiting it in a short amount of time. Uh-oh. Well, I can't play my items, but I can use the Mystery Garden to draw one. Oh, I can't even use the Mystery Garden to draw a card, unless I top deck an energy, I guess, or something. Ooh, hello. Okay, then. All right, then. Keep your secrets. All right. Well, I can play Tools. Doesn't Tool have a song called Enigma? So yeah, it's just so stupid. I'm in this holding pattern, which I really hate, and that's not cool. Lots of playable cards. And now I can't even play a Future Booster because we're facing off against Jellicent. Wonderful. Yeah, Pokepad, if you don't know, Pokepad is go get any non-rule box Pokemon from your deck. Basic, Stage 1, Stage 2, doesn't matter, just go get it. It is insane. It makes everything better. Is this just going to be like a Frostlass, Frillish, Oh, this is Jellicent Monkey Dory. Okay, I think I've seen this in Japan or something, or in a tournament. But if all they... Oh, no. That doesn't seem... Okay. That's a little destructive there, buddy. Okay, here we go. They're going to get the Jellicent now. How the hell did... Yeah, they got the... How the hell did I not get anything? All right, let's just... I mean, eventually they have to take a knockout, right? I don't think I have any Gust cards, though. And I think I'll just concede because I don't really feel like playing this. It's the final game of the stream. This is going to be so boring. And Myrtle, it makes it a retreat item and tool lock. Well, no, they don't retreat lock, right? For my deck specifically, yes, I can't do anything. But, you know, you'd think you'd get a Future Booster or something at some point. But PDCGL decided, nah, we're not going to do that. And I also have multiple Jet Energies. Where the hell are those things? Can somebody tell me where my Jet Energies are? So I have Future Boosters, I have Jet Energies, and I have Switches. I needed the Future Boosters before they got the Jellicent. No, it just shuts off items. So I think the Relicanth is there just so they can, yeah, just make sure they shut off your items. So this way you can't boss around it or anything. Okay, I'm just gonna, I mean, I can't do it. I just have to keep playing Lilies. Eventually I'll get a Jet Energy. No, not now. Okay, well, let's just start attaching to the Iron Crown, I guess. Eventually we'll get there. I would imagine they're going to start using Power Press. Okay, well, maybe now we'll get a Jet Energy. Maybe now something cool will happen. Hey, we got it. But now that they have the Monkey Dory, we're kind of screwed. They keep using Oceanic Gloom. And I don't know if that's the right thing, because if I could just attach a thingy thing, we would win. So they're going to have 10 hit points left, but that's concerning for them. All right, well, let's Jellicent, and then we're doing 240, 240, and then I guess I have to Ino and just hope we get a Jet Energy or something. Well, that's not going to do it. All right, well, they got 10 HP left. Unfortunately, they have a Monkey Dory. God, it's like they built the perfect deck to beat off my deck, knowing that I wasn't going to get any Jet Energies or Future Boosters the turns when I needed them. Right? Because this is a very easable win-easy matchup for us. This is an easily winnable matchup. As long as I get a Future Booster or an Arven and then attach a Future Booster. Or if I just get a Jet Energy and I went like 5 turns without being able to do those things. Because PDCGL hates me. Oh, God. But, yeah, I can't attack. Sin 7, can't attach any tools. Oh no, I activated the giant damage counter glitch. Yeah, unfortunately, Jellicent is tools, so you can't play items, you can't play tools. If you can't do 270, you lose. So if I had another Iron Crown, I would win. Get wrecked, nerd. And I think we just manually retreat, right? We manually retreat, go into the Miraidon, take the knockout, and punish them. We spank their butts. Punish them hard. Why do they keep doing that? Like, I understand they're worried about me breaking the item lock, but why? All right, well, let's go that. And then that's a hundo. I guess we just do the thing. Because I don't really have anybody else. Yeah, we just go peak acceleration. Attach to the Valiant, attach to Mr. Shodels over here, but I think we're just kind of out of the game because they have their monkeys set up. Well, that would oh my God. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. What if you were that would explain why we could I have to concede. I have to concede this is. Well, actually, no. Don't we just win? Don't we just win? Right? Like, if I just wait until we deck out, don't we just win? If they keep using Oceanic Gloom? Yeah, like, we need Path to the Peak. We need... Like, Pokemon Ranger was such a fair and balanced card. Just... You're able to do things. Like, we don't need Path to the Peak. Path to the Peak was too crazy. We need Pokemon Ranger or something. No, Razul, this was 100% PDCGL screwing me over. We needed Future Boosters. We prized 2 Future Boosters. The only way we can lose this game is if we prize 2 Future Boosters and never see a Jet Energy until turn 5. We prized 2 Future Boosters and never saw a Jet Energy until turn 5. There was never a chance for us to win when PDCGL decided, yeah, you know what? We're going to prize all the cards you need. It happens too much for it to be a coincidence. And ABC, either Monday or Tuesday, it'll be Flygon. So get ready for terrible mill decks. I'm excited. Press 1 if you're excited for terrible mill decks. You know, Great Tusk, playable. Bug Trio, playable. You take those out, you add in Flygon, less playable. All right, I need to make sure I have a note about Flygon Great Tusk. Yeah, make Great Tusk list with Luna Rocks, because that'll work. So yeah, I'll make Great Tusk Flygon. I have Flygon with Wug Trio. I have an attacking Flygon mill deck that's terrible. And NGT, which deck? Theirs or mine? And yeah, since I have an Iron Thorns, but then I'd have to play Iron Thorns, and I'm out of here. I'm out of here. NGT, unfortunately, without Switch Cart, the deck doesn't really perform as well as you want it to. You know, I wish it was better, but when PDC Gel is working against you, and this is like not even in the top 10 of basic heavy multi-prize decks, you're screwed. You can play it on its own, right? It can do 280. It can, you know, one-shot a Dragapult. I didn't use Lily's Clefairy once this entire stream, and that's kind of sad. That's less than sad. That's insane. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Back on Monday or Tuesday with a mill deck. Tell Video Game House that Mega Latios is not it.